Remember Bill Cosby, the comedian, made us laugh with all of his stand-up specials and the Cosby Show back in the 80s. And oh yeah, and then he apparently drugged a bunch of women and then sexually assaulted them while they were sleeping. That one, that Bill Cosby. Yeah, he's back in the news. He's slipped by for a while now. Apparently, like it looked like we were going to do something about the more than 40 women who had accused him of sexually assaulting them, and then it sort of just went away because we saw some other news and squirrel, that sort of thing. Yeah, he's back because his attorney, George Gowan, has made perhaps the stupidest argument for why court documents shouldn't be unsealed that I've ever heard, and I'm willing to bet that you have ever heard, and so I'm going to reveal them today. Now, this all stems from a 2005 case in which Andrea Constand, one of those 40 women, alleged that Cosby tricked her into consuming drugs before he sexually assaulted her. So sort of the standard thing that he's being accused of. Now, his attorney, Bill Cosby's attorney, George Gowan, says that those documents from that case can't be revealed because that would cause embarrassment at the release of the discovery motions. The deposition has excerpts about sex, money, health, and marriage. It would be severe. Now, I don't want Bill Cosby to be embarrassed, certainly. That would be horrible for this incredibly wealthy old man. This super famous guy who has skated by without any legal ramifications for the things that many, many women have independently said that he has done. Again, we don't know that he's done any of this stuff, but perhaps we would know a little bit more if, say, some court documents were revealed. I like documents. And then finally, that was, by the way, that wasn't even the crazy thing that the lawyer said. The craziest thing that the lawyer said, let's see. He said that since Cosby is not a public official, which I get what he means there, although that's a weird thing to say, and the information would not benefit public health or safety, there was no public interest in releasing the documents. This guy is either the worst lawyer in history or perhaps the best, because that's the sort of thing that apparently does actually get you off the hook. If this is the guy that's defending Bill Cosby and Bill Cosby actually hasn't been brought in on any of this stuff, maybe he knows a lot more about the law than I do. But I would personally say that if there are something like dozens of women who are saying that he did this, and there is some information that might lead to perhaps investigation of some of these things, if that actually does mean that we can move forward on some of these cases, I think that there's a public interest in that. And even if it wasn't directly attached to the case, there's certainly public interest in the information that would come out from those documents. So again, one of the stupidest things that a lawyer could possibly say, although again, from history, it seems like it's probably going to work out just fine for Bill Cosby. And before I close, can I just say that I haven't often talked about the Bill Cosby thing, but it does really hurt me, because growing up, Bill Cosby was one of my favorite comedians, one of my favorite actors in general. Like, I liked Ghost Dad. I liked all the crap, not just the good stuff. And I had a VHS of one of his stand-ups, the one with like the changing color in the background, that eventually it stopped working because I played it so much over and over as a kid. Now, it hasn't really stood the test of time. What he says about drugs and stuff is the most ridiculous old-timey nonsense, but he was a funny guy. But apparently he was a funny guy with an absolutely sick approach to sexuality and to dealing with women who committed, allegedly, many crimes. I don't know that we'll ever have any justice. This is a guy who's probably at any moment on the brink of death, so perhaps we will never have any. But unsealing these documents would be a good first step to make towards that. George Gowan, let's make that happen.